Hey viewers, recently I was working on removing a frozen quill stem from a fork steerer. What I ended up doing was dissolving it out using sodium hydroxide. Before I started dissolving it, I drilled down the middle using the largest bit I had, which was a 1/2-inch drill bit. But it would have been nice to have been able to drill out more material so there had been less stuff to dissolve. So what I did was I bought some new drill bits. Well, actually, they're used drill bits. I got them for $1 a piece, but obviously they're not very sharp. They're used. But this gave me an excuse to buy a new tool that I've been wanting, a drill doctor. So I've been having fun with this. The model I got is a 750X, which will allow me to sharpen up to 3/4 inch drill bits. But I've been having a lot of fun with this, and I'm going to show you how this thing works. As a demonstration, I pulled this drill bit out of my toolbox. It's just been sitting in there for a lot of years, and it is just dull as dirt. I'll show you. And I was actually pressing pretty hard there, and so it was not really cutting very well. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to sharpen this here. I'm going to insert the drill bit into this chuck. This is very similar to just a regular drill chuck in that it holds the drill bit. So slide this through here, and then I can tighten this down a little bit. And I want to loosen it because I want it to be able to move in there for right now. Now the chuck on the side has these little tabs here, and they're 90 degrees from these white marks, and these tabs are going to line up into these little notches down here. The center notch is labeled 118, which is going to be for just a very standard bit. There are other notches here, so you could rotate it for different angles, which would adjust the angle of the cut up there, but I'm going to be just sharpening a very standard bit here. So I'm just going to insert this in here and push that in. Now up here, what I'm going to do is push this tab down, and it opens up these little tabs there. Push the drill bit in till it hits that little metal part there, and then I'll go ahead and release this. And so now these are going to come in and come up against the openings here on the sides of the drill bit there, and adjust the rotation of the drill bit. So one here, I'm adjusting the depth and also the rotation of the drill bit. There is a little knob back here which you can rotate to adjust the depth, so you can cut more or less material off the end of the drill bit, but I have it set to the default setting of like setting around to like 3 notches in there. So now once the depth and the rotation of the drill bit is set in here, I'm going to go ahead and rotate this so I can lock the drill into the chuck, press this and then pull that out, and then tighten it just a little bit more, and so now the drill bit is all set in there and ready to be sharpened. Now over on this side is where the drill actually gets sharpened. If you look down there, there's a little diamond cutting stone down inside there, and there's more adjustments that can be made over here. There's a knob over here that can loosen here to tighten this, and then this can be moved up and down like this. There's right here, this is for 118 degrees, and up here is for 135 degrees. Those are a couple standard angles for the tip of the drill bit here. 118 is sort of this steeper angle here. 135 is a little bit flatter angle up here. 118 is good for like wood and soft metals, and then 135 is intended more for like hard metals like stainless steel. But I'm going to be using drill bits to cut aluminum ultimately when I go to sharpen these. So I'm going to sharpen this as 118, and so set that down there, and then I could just tighten this, and that controls the angle that the drill hits the cutting stone in there. Now the chuck has a sort of an oval little part here around the perimeter, and that's going to rub up against this little post here, and as I rotate it, it's going to cause the chuck to go in and out, and that's what's going to control the cutting angle here on the end of the bit as it hits the little cutting wheel in there. And so there's little white lines here on each side, and I want to make sure I rotate this in complete turns so each side gets sharpened evenly. And so as I put this in, it's going to be 1, 2. That way I know that I've rotated it completely in here. And so what I'm going to do is turn this on and put this in here, and I want to make sure this wrist rubs up against there. And I'm not going to be pushing down real hard. I want to let the wheel do the cutting. And for a real small bit, you may only have to rotate this maybe like 6 times. For larger bits, you're going to have to rotate it more times. And you can tell when it starts to get sharpened, after it starts eating a lot of the material off of there and getting sharpened, you're going to hear it making less and less contact as you rotate it around. So you can see that it's taken a lot of the material off the top there, and just touching it with my fingers, it's definitely much sharper there on the edges. Now another thing I can do with this is put a split point on there, which will allow it to not wander around as I'm starting to drill a hole. What I can do is over on the side here, pull this little vent cover off here, and inside there you can see the cutting wheel in there. And notice there's a little notch right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the chuck here with these little white lines lined up with this little notch there. So I'm going to do it first on one side and do it then on the other side, where I'm going to push it all the way in until it bottoms out. So and I don't know if you can see it, but you can see a little bit where it's kind of cut in there along the edge like that. So now just go ahead and loosen the chuck, pull the drill bit out, and let's go ahead and give it a shot. Okay, let's go ahead and give this bit a try and see how it does. Oh. You see the difference? Man, that thing just really cut nice. Well, it did a great job of sharpening this old bit that was just lying around in my toolbox, and I'm actually looking forward to sharpening these. I ordered a rougher grit sharpening wheel here. This is like 180 grit that comes with the unit. I ordered a 100 grit sharpening wheel that it will do a better job, faster job of sharpening these larger diameter bits, and that'll be kind of fun. Anyway, hope you found this useful or interesting. If you did, please give my video a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, click the big subscribe button and you'll see new videos as they come out. I'm over on Facebook, RJ the Bike Guy. Go over there, like my page. I post a lot of stuff over there. And I have a webpage, rjthebikeguy.com. I have a lot of my videos all categorized. I have forums where you can ask repair questions. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.